Democrats love spending money. Turns out, so do a lot of Republicans. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. GOP congressional candidates campaigned hard against massive, wasteful spending by Uncle Sam. As well they should have. The late, great Nobel Prize-winning economist Milton Friedman always hammered home that government spending was a burden on the economy. It took money, one way or the other, from the citizenry, who, experience shows, handled it far more productively than government bureaucrats. Of course, governments have basic functions to perform, starting with public safety. But people would be more prosperous if outlays were kept as low as possible. Well, it's easier to preach against overeating than to actually diet. Like bears in front of a jar of honey, it turns out Republicans find the lure of spending irresistible. They supported Joe Biden's so-called infrastructure bill, even though very little of the money was slated for actual projects like roads and bridges. Most of it is going for wasteful, ineffectual green boondoggles. Many GOP lawmakers voted for the president's legislation to give tens of billions of dollars to American chip makers to supposedly counter China, which has a heavy-handed, centralized approach to the economy. The truth is, U.S. chip makers are perfectly capable of raising capital on their own. Moreover, our government is no more successful in picking winners in the economy than Beijing. Now comes an insidious spending gimmick called earmarks, a process where money is directed to specific individuals or entities without examination as to merit. Another name for it is pork. The late Oklahoma Senator Tom Coburn relentlessly attacked this practice to the consternation of his colleagues. But he succeeded. Earmarks were banned by Congress in 2011. But last year, Democrats decided to bring them back, and Republicans went along. Now that the GOP is taking over the House of Representatives in a few weeks, one would be forgiven in thinking Republicans would restore the Coburn ban to show they're serious about fixing Washington's broken-down budget process. Think again. House Republicans voted overwhelmingly to keep earmarks. So much for financial rectitude. But the dieting will start tomorrow, or whenever. The earmark action is symptomatic of how Congress has let itself be emasculated when it comes to spending. For years, it hasn't obeyed existing laws about how government appropriations are supposed to be done. There are 12 different appropriations bills, each covering different parts of the government. Each is subject to hearings to discuss and debate programs and spending levels, thereby exercising appropriate oversight. What programs are working and which are not? What should be the priorities? That's what's supposed to happen. Instead, it's a rarity to get any of these 12 bills passed. Instead, all spending is dumped in a year-end omnibus package. Obviously, any oversight is impossible, and budgets get ever more bloated and aimless. The economy, that is the American people, pay the price. No wonder citizens have so little respect for Washington politicians of either party. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.